Welcome to our winter outlook for 2025 to 2026. As the chill returns, snow lovers are eager for what's ahead. This year, La Niña is the star of the show, a powerful climate pattern in the Pacific that will shape North America's winter. For skiers and snowboarders, La Niña often means more snow, but not everywhere. Some regions will see deep powder, while others may have a drier season. Today we'll break down the science and show you what to expect, from British Columbia to Vermont. Whether you're planning a ski trip or just curious, this forecast is for you. We'll start with the ocean temperatures that set everything in motion, then follow the jet stream's path across the continent. By the end, you'll know which ski resorts could be the season's big winners. Let's dive into the La Niña winter and see what's in store. So what exactly is La Niña, and why does it matter so much for our weather? La Niña is one phase of the El Niño Southern Oscillation, or ENSO, a natural climate pattern that swings between three main phases: El Niño, La Niña, and neutral. Each phase has its own unique impact on global weather, but La Niña stands out for its cooling influence. Often called the cool sister, La Niña is defined by colder than average sea surface temperatures stretching along the equator in the eastern and central Pacific Ocean. These chilly waters are more than just a curiosity, they're a signal that big changes are underway. When La Niña arrives, it can dramatically alter weather patterns all over the globe, from shifting storm tracks to changing the intensity of winter weather in many regions. The process starts with stronger than usual trade winds blowing across the Pacific. These winds push warm surface water westward, away from South America, allowing colder water from the deep ocean to well up along the coast. This year, meteorologists are watching closely, as there's a high chance, over 70%, that La Niña will develop by autumn. That means we could soon see its effects in our seasonal forecasts. Even a few months of this cooling can set off a cascade of changes in the atmosphere, influencing everything from jet streams to the formation of storms. La Niña acts like a domino, triggering shifts in air pressure and rainfall patterns that ripple far beyond the tropics, affecting weather in North America, Asia, Australia, and even Africa. It's important to remember that La Niña isn't a single storm or event, but a large-scale climate condition that can shape entire seasons, influencing whether regions experience drought, flooding, or heavy snowfall. By changing the Pacific's energy balance, La Niña helps decide which areas get buried in snow, which face dry spells, and which might see more intense storms or hurricanes. Ultimately, La Niña is a powerful reminder of how deeply our weather is connected to the world's oceans, and how a shift in one part of the globe can echo across continents, shaping the climate for millions of people. The Pacific's temperature is the fuel for the world's weather engine. During La Niña, cooler water means less evaporation and less moisture in the air over the central and eastern Pacific. This shifts rainfall westward, toward Indonesia and Australia, and sets off atmospheric ripples worldwide. These ripples alter the jet streams, fast-moving air currents that guide storms. For 2025 to 2026, models predict the key La Niña region will be up to 1 degree Celsius cooler than normal, a big deal over such a vast area. This anchors classic La Niña weather patterns for the season. While some North Pacific waters are warmer, the dominant force is the strong La Niña signal from the tropics. The result? A clear setup for a snowy winter in the northern US and Canada. Once established, this pattern tends to stick around all winter. The Pacific's cool waters will be the main driver of our winter weather story. Let's talk jet streams, the invisible train tracks that guide storms across the continent. These powerful rivers of air, high above our heads, are the unsung architects of winter weather, shaping where snow falls and where skies stay clear. When La Niña takes the stage, it's the jet streams that really steal the show, orchestrating dramatic shifts in weather patterns from coast to coast. North America's polar jet stream becomes the main player during a La Niña winter. It shifts northward and grows more wavy, snaking across the continent in dramatic loops. This change isn't just a minor adjustment, it's a total rerouting of the storm highway, setting the stage for a season of surprises. These new jet stream patterns steer powerful storms straight into British Columbia, Washington, Oregon, and the northern Rockies. The result? Consistent, reliable powder that blankets the mountains, turning them into a winter wonderland for weeks on end. Resorts in Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, and northern Utah are perfectly positioned to catch these snow-laden systems. Skiers and snowboarders in these regions can look forward to deep snowpacks and frequent fresh tracks as storm after storm rolls through. The polar jet acts like a relentless conveyor belt, delivering a steady parade of storms to the northern mountains. Each system brings fresh snow, building up impressive totals and keeping the landscape in a constant state of renewal. Meanwhile, the subtropical jet stream, usually responsible for bringing moisture to the southern U.S., remains weaker and hugs the southern border. This leaves much of the southern U.S. under warmer, drier conditions, with fewer opportunities for significant winter storms. Southern California, Arizona, and New Mexico typically see less snow in this setup. Ski resorts in these areas may struggle for fresh powder, and the landscape often remains dry, with only the occasional dusting of snow. Occasionally, the southern jet can inject a burst of moisture into a passing storm, bringing brief precipitation to the south. But these moments are rare, and the main action, those big snow-producing storms, remains focused up north. This classic La Niña pattern means the northern branch of the jet stream dominates, favoring the northern tier states for the heaviest snowfall. Towns and cities from the Pacific Northwest to the Great Lakes can expect a winter filled with snow days and blizzard warnings. The result? A winter packed with powerful storms for the Northwest and Northern Rockies, transforming the region into a snowy playground and setting the stage for unforgettable winter adventures. As autumn arrives, La Niña's influence will be felt early. October and November should bring promising snow to the Pacific Northwest, with the jet stream aiming storms at Washington, Oregon, and British Columbia. Mountains like the Cascades and Coast Mountains could see an early ski season and deep snowpack. Resorts such as Whistler Blackcomb and Mount Baker may get significant snow before winter officially begins. The Northern Rockies, Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming will also start to see classic cold, dry snow. Meteorologists will watch for any surprises, but the dominant La Niña pattern should keep storms coming. For early season skiing, look north. The Pacific Northwest and Northern Rockies are your best bet. By December, La Niña will be in full swing and the jet stream may dip slightly south. This could bring more snow to the Sierra Nevada, especially around Lake Tahoe, with December storms boosting the snowpack. From January through March, the northern U.S. remains the focus for consistent snowfall. Idaho, Wyoming, and Montana will see frequent powder days, keeping ski conditions prime. The pattern means steady, reliable snow for the north, while the south stays drier. Cold air from the polar jet ensures high-quality light snow. The story, a snowy, exciting season for the north thanks to La Niña. Skiers in the northern mountains can expect a deep, stable snowpack all winter. Where will the most snow fall this winter? Which regions will be blanketed in deep powder, and which will be left hoping for just a few good storms? The big winners this season are the Pacific Northwest and the Northern Rockies. These areas, including British Columbia, Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and Montana, are all set to receive abundant snowfall thanks to a very active northern jet stream. Wyoming is also in the sweet spot, right in the path of frequent storms. Resorts like Whistler Blackcomb, Jackson Hole, Grand Targhee, and Powder Mountain are all expecting a fantastic season, with regular fresh snow and deep powder days. Snowbasin 2 is likely to see above-average snowfall, making it a top pick for powder hounds. If you're looking for reliable snow and epic conditions, these northern resorts should be at the top of your list. Northern Utah and northern Colorado resorts like Steamboat are also in a favorable position. While not quite as snowy as the far north, these areas should still do very well, with plenty of powder days and consistent coverage throughout the season. The Sierra Nevada and central Colorado are forecast to see near-normal snowfall. That means there will still be plenty of snow for great skiing and riding, even if it's not a record-breaking year. Resorts like Vail, Breckenridge, and Copper Mountain will get their share of storms, but the truly massive totals will likely stay farther north. Meanwhile, the Southwest, including southern Colorado, Utah, Arizona, and New Mexico, will be drier overall, with fewer big storms and more stretches of mild, dry weather. Ski areas like Taos and Arizona Snow Bowl may struggle for consistent snowpack, making it a challenging season for powder chasers in these regions. Southern California's mountains are also likely to be on the dry side, with only occasional storms and long dry spells in between. For skiers and snowboarders in these drier regions, it's important to make the most of every storm that comes through. Those powder days will be precious and rare. This winter, the north is the place to be for deep powder, frequent storms, and unforgettable days on the slopes. If you're chasing the best snow, head north and get ready for an epic season. La Niña's influence reaches the East Coast too. The Northeast will see a mix of cold snaps and snowstorms, especially when cold air from Canada meets Atlantic moisture. Northern New England, Vermont and Maine, has the best shot at above normal snowfall. Resorts like Jay Peak, Stowe and Sugarloaf are in a great position for a classic winter. Most other Northeast resorts will see near-normal snow with ups and downs throughout the season. Big storms or nor'easters are possible when cold and moist air collide. While not record-breaking, the forecast points to a solid New England winter with plenty of cold and snow. Skiers in the Northeast should expect a season of variety, but plenty of powder days. So what's the big takeaway? This is shaping up to be a classic La Niña winter. Great news for the northern half of North America. For the best chance at deep snow, plan your trips to the Pacific Northwest and Northern Rockies. Resorts in British Columbia, Washington, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming and northern Utah are forecast for above-average seasons. Even a pre-holiday trip could deliver excellent conditions. Central Colorado and Lake Tahoe will still see plenty of snow, just less frequent storms. In the Southwest, cherish every snowfall and be ready to hit the slopes when storms arrive. The Northeast's northern mountains promise a classic ski season. Get your gear ready, it's going to be an exciting snowy winter for many.